Hi there and welcome to this tutorial, and I'm going to do something not that conventional. I'm going to try and copy one of Leonardo da Vinci's portraits. And I really like this one because, well, it's a mysterious lady that I'm viewing here. And what I did is I took my very cheap army newsprint paper and I want to make a little bit of color on that. So what I did is I took my pastel, my pastels, and I simply placed that flat on the army newsprint paper. Put in a little bit of yellow ochre, and I also took a light red, and just combine those colors. Also maybe a little bit of white, and it doesn't really matter much the color. I just wanted to get close to this color, but you can also try this in the color blue, or keep it gray toned, or whatever you want. But I'm trying to figure out if my charcoal pencil will blend a little bit with the pigments that come from my pastel bars. So it's just a try out, it's just a sketch, and I just want to see what the effect will be if it gets that oldie look or something. Now, once I start drawing a portrait, first I always search for the center line, and that's the line in between the two eyes, and then moving towards the chin. So this lady in particular is in a 3/4 position, which is the most challenging of all the portrait drawings, because only well, for the left side of the face there's just a small area, while for the right side of the face there's a huge area to draw. So that's always a tricky part, and you cannot practice that enough. So that's an extra reason for me to do this quick study of Mr. Leonardo da Vinci. I'm a huge fan, and in this case I try to point out where the hairline is, the brow line, the line for the underneath of the nose, and also the chin line. And you can see that the hair is coming from behind the skull, and Leonardo is just using a few lines to point out where the hair flow goes. And I can see here the chin going down and then up again into the cheek line, and then the hair is overlapping the ear, then overlapping the cheek line, and then gracefully falling on the back of this model. Now here's the back of the neck, about. You can just see it through the hairs. And then this is the front of the neck, coming from underneath the cheek line. And it's all very graciously drawn. It looks very, very easy, but believe me, it is not. And then the lines gracefully goes down to the breasts. I think she's nude or something, I'm thinking, not sure. He's not very particular about that. His whole attention, as I observed this drawing by Leonardo, is going towards the face. And the lady is looking straight at us from the right side corners of the eyes. Now on the left side I can see a little line. I think there's a flow of hair too. And it's a little bit higher than the chin line, so about here. and it's just a very tiny line. And the nose is quite big. It's quite there. And should you want to see the complete process of this drawing of me with Leonardo da Vinci, then you can find that on my Patreon page, of course. So if you're interested, please visit me there. And I've also put in the mouth. She has a slight smile, and the left eye is a little bit higher than the right side eye. And she has a thick, fleshy upper eyelids and quite thick lower eyelids, and you can just see the inside of the lower eyelid, and that is the position of about where the pupils will be. And inside the eye pockets there's a lot of shadow, of course. And what is also important, why I also wanted to draw this, is that Leonardo da Vinci is a lefty, so he draws with his left hand, and you can actually see that in the way his rendering is. His rendering is from top left to right bottom, while somebody who is right-handed will draw from right top to left bottom. So I was also very curious what that would do with my sketch, with the effect of it. So here you can see me rendering from right top to left bottom, while in the sketch by Leonardo he is rendering from left top to right bottom. And well, for as far as I can see, I like it much more the way that Leonardo's rendering is working with the flow of the face. But I will see how to cope with that later. It's just a mere study, and well, my thinking was correct. The direction of rendering does something for your drawing. Now here I'm paying somewhat more close attention to the eye itself. The pupil is just underneath the thick upper eyelid, and then the right side of the face, of course, is all in shadow. And this is my pencil eraser. Now, a pencil eraser is a simple eraser that they placed inside a wooden pencil holder. So you can just you can sharpen it just like a pencil with a pencil sharpener, and in that way you always have a very sharp eraser around. Very nice to work with. And of course there's an under layer of the pastel pigments, and by erasing you can bring back in the color of the Ami newsprint paper, and hopefully in that way I get that old look, like this is a drawing that has been laying underneath a cupboard or something, or in a folder for ages. So that is something that I was trying also with this technique. But it's always perfect to pay close attention to the old masters by simply trying to copy their specific drawings. And as you can see, I placed the mouth a little bit more upwards, so my model is smiling a little bit more. So, well, I just thought that would be nice. I didn't want to copy him all the way, of course, which is also, well, he is such an artist I'm already happy when I get a little close to what this Grandmaster does. He is really good with well, just few lines, just so few lines, and the rendering is so delicate. It's just amazing. And well, I'm just trying to copy him, trying to learn from Leonardo da Vinci by simply, well, trying to draw like him. But as you can see, the rendering going from the right top to the left bottom, well, it contradicts in my opinion. So what I do now is I render over my own rendering, going from left top to right bottom, and see if that does something. And yes, it does. So now I get some cross hatching going on, but that's much better than merely going from the right top to the left bottom. So it does something for the drawing by placing those lines in from left to right in this case. And this is my bigger eraser. I just erase a little bit out the pigments of the underlayer, and well, this is as far as I got. I'm not quite near to the Grandmaster, but still it is a very nice study indeed. So you can check it out also on my Patreon page, but for now I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon in my next tutorial.